Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football and welcome back to another Manchester United live show on the channel. We are back live and I know I've been slacking with the lives lately, but I've been very busy, I've been very ill and haven't had much time to go live. But we are back with the Sunday live show because I always do a live show on a Sunday if we have a game on a Saturday, sort of reviewing the game on the Saturday, but also talking about news, post-match reaction and other things that's been going on. First of all, obviously, guys, I'm sure you probably watched the Carabao Cup final because I'd normally be live at 6:30 on a Sunday, but the Carabao Cup final was on, so we're now live at 8 p.m. and bloody Liverpool won! Oh, Kepa, you had one job. I thought De Gea in the Europa League was bad, but at least De Gea was not subbed on for that, and at least De Gea's penalty hit the target. I tell you what, Kepa, I think Kepa thought that football was a missile to launch to bloody Russia because that's how far over Kepa's bloody kick was. I was thinking, you're joking. And Liverpool have won a trophy. And you know I don't like Liverpool. I was back in Chelsea. Disappointed. I did watch that and I thought, I don't know what your thoughts on that is, guys, but I was like, for God's sake. Frustrating, wasn't it? I've asked you guys in the live chat, Ralph in or Ralph out? Because now for me, the answer to that question is very, very easy, Ralph in. And I've got some really sick graphs, analytics, data, statistics to show you that I'm going to get up on my screen in 5 minutes. So stay with, it's just cool. It's just cool. Obviously, I didn't make it, obviously. But I've got some really cool stuff to show. I am Ralph in. But I've actually seen a lot of I want Ollie back posts. Also, I've seen some I want Greenwood back posts, which I don't think is very appropriate, and we will talk about that. I was thinking, fucking hell, if he's guilty, you sure you want him back? But there's a lot of Ollie inners at the moment. A lot of Ollie inners at the moment saying Ollie's better than Ralph. And for me, I'm Ralph in. Let me know down below, Ralph in or Ralph out, because I really fucking like Ralph Rangnick. He dropped most of the British players. We've seen improvements in key players. I think we are playing better football. I really like Ralph Rangnick, if you want my honest opinion. Ma Reddy said Ralph isn't the problem. Scratchy says Glazers out. Yes, smash a like button if you are Glazers out. Modo says Ralph in 200%. Vic says Ralph out, even though he isn't the problem. Andrew says Ralph in for now, but I wouldn't keep him beyond this season. And yeah, Ralph plays too open, says Scratchy, and all of that. And I am, you know what? I am Ralph Rangnick in. I think Ten Hag in the summer. Ralph Rangnick to the summer. Ten Hag in the summer. Ralph goes into the boardroom. But I've seen a lot of people out there on the internet going, I want Ollie back. I want Ollie back. Ollie, suck my balls. They weren't quite saying that. But you know what some of the Ollie inners are like. They're a little bit like, look, Ollie was grinding out games and getting results. And at the end of the day, Ollie had the freaking luck. For me, we were playing awful football under Ollie and we were relying on moments to win us games and we were not deserving to win. Under Ralph Rangnick, he's coached about 5-0 wins and we've drew all of them. And for me, you know what? It's about performance lately. I think it's about performance lately, and I really like the performances under Ralph Rangnick. We're not getting the results, but I will get into that. I will get some data up on my screen and all that. But do let me know down below, Ralph in or Ralph out. But guys, first of all, let me get on my screen. We are 69. That is not me saying 69 because it's a funny number. I've literally just refreshed my screen and we're on 29,931 subscribers. So we generally are 69 subscribers away from 30k. We've got just over 24 hours till the end of February to see if we can hit 30k. So I beg anyone that is watching right now that is not subscribed to please go and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you're Ralph and let me know if you're Ralph out. Smash a like, smash a share, smash a subscribe, because I don't think we're going to hit 70k by the end of 70k. I fucking wish. I don't think we're going to hit 30k by the end of this live stream, but we're 69 subscribers away, so hopefully we can grind out that and hit 30k by the end of February and all of that as well. And Andrew's just put in the chat that Ralph has good ideas and tactics, but perhaps he has difficulty implementing them, certainly in comparison to what Tuchel did at Chelsea. And that is a solid point from Andrew. And Steve says, I get you can't win every game, but you have to beat Watford. And Steve, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Manchester United do have to beat Watford. And you know what? I think we did enough to beat Watford. We created 4 big chances. On another day, we would have beat Watford 4-0. The way I see it is we lost 4-1 to Watford under Ollie. We drew 0-0 to Watford under Ralph. Now, realistically, we should be getting 6 points against Watford, because if we got 6 points against Watford, we'd be 5 points better off right now. We'd probably be getting top 4. With the way Arsenal are playing and with the games we've got coming up and the points we're dropping, We're not getting top four, which basically means Ronaldo gone. Let's be real. But Ralph is better than Ollie. There is progress, and I want to get up some data on my screen, which I think is really interesting as well. And I am going to get some data up on my screen. But for me, I've seen a lot of people criticising Ralf Rangnick, and I don't think you can blame Ralf Rangnick for Manchester United missing open goals. You know, Ronaldo, I think, hit the post. Ronaldo had an open goal, and Elanga got it away. Bruno missed about 2 or 3 one-on-ones. Pogba missed a good chance. Like, for me, I don't even think you can blame Ralf Rangnick for this. I really don't, and I don't understand the dislike that Ralf Rangnick's getting at the moment. You know, I don't. And Kumaran said Ronaldo's 37. He should go after all anyway. Two things. Cristiano Ronaldo is 37 years of age. Ronaldo is past his best. Ronaldo physically cannot play 90 minutes every single game. Like, he can't. Because we could see he was tiring at the end of that game. But we had no one to take Ronaldo off for. And I do want to say, Ronaldo is past his best, but we need Ronaldo. He is a good player. And the way I feel about Ronaldo is I feel frustrated that Martial doesn't want to be here. I feel frustrated with Cavani's lack of commitment. And I feel frustrated with the board for leaving us in a situation in January where Ronaldo was going to be our only striker. Because the way I look at it, Ronaldo is not fit enough to play every single game for Manchester United. He just is not fit enough to play every single game for us. And yet, we are relying on him. And I think, Ronaldo was crap. And Ronaldo has not been good lately. But we rely on a 37-year-old man to save our season because the board have left us in that situation. Although Ronaldo has been pretty crap lately, he isn't the biggest problem at this club. He is a goal scorer. He does get a lack of service. But also, we shouldn't be relying on him to start every game. We should be rotating the likes of Ronaldo, Martial, and Cavani this season because Ronaldo is 37. But instead, because of the other two strikers' lack of commitment to Man United and Ronaldo being our only striker that's fully committed, we're having to play him every game and he's exhausted. I have a bit of sympathy with Ronaldo as well. Steve says Ralph has not had the time to get his players in, so can't judge him till he has true transfer windows. Exactly, Steve. But also, Ralph is only here to get us to the end of the season, and I've been impressed with what I've seen. But guys, let me get into the interesting bit of this live stream. Let me get into what I actually wanted to show you today. So I'm just going to share my screen, and I think this is really, really interesting. So do smash a like, do smash a subscribe, and then I will get into the Maguire. I've got a story about Ronaldo leaving, and I've got a story about Maguire being dropped again that I will get into. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But I want to share this on my screen. Can you see that? Now, this is a graph by the United Arena Twitter account. It's a graph here. And I'm going to get it up on my screen here. Can you see that? Now, this is a graph. And if you can't see it, maybe is this better or can you see it all right? Well, I'll put myself here. I'll put myself here for now. And I saw this yesterday. And this graph is showing sort of Manchester United non-penalty expected goals. Now, like, expected goals is a very good metric because what the expected goal metric means is where they look where you've had your shots, they look at the shots you've had, and they look at, would they expect you to score that goal or not. So if we have a shot that's 25 billion gazillion yards away, that's 0 expected goals. If we have a shot in the box where it's a one-on-one, that's a much higher expected goals. And this graph is showing a comparison of us under Ollie and us under Rangnick. So on my screen, there was a point in the season where Manchester United were at net minus 0.96 expected goals. And what this graph means is the green is the expected goals we score a game, and the red is the expected goals we concede a game. So if the red's above the green, that means based off expected goals, we should be losing a game. So we based off opportunities had, we should be conceding more than we're scoring, aka losing a game. So if the red's above the green, it's a game we should be losing. If the green's above the red, it's a game that we should be winning. And Manchester United are at their worst with the net goals of minus 0.96, expecting us to lose the game 1-0 under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as you can see by this statistic on your screen, Manchester United were, expected to concede more goals a game than they scored. And we were in our worst sort of form under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, okay? Now, under Ralf Rangnick, all of a sudden, we are averaging over 2 expected goals a game, but unfortunately, we're scoring 0 or 0. And this graph, I think, is really, really good because it shows us how we were under Ole and how we were under Rangnick. And under Rangnick, we are expected to score about 2 goals a game and only concede about 0.5 goals a game under Ralf Rangnick, compared to under Ole, we were expected to concede 2 goals a game and only score 1 goal a game. And this there, although points-wise, there hasn't been a massive, massive improvement under Ralf Rangnick. I think we can all agree, point-wise, there hasn't been a massive, massive improvement, but this shows the improvement in performance. And for me, when I see a lot of people going on and about saying Ralf out, Ollie in, it was better under Ollie, I think you're lying to yourself, because yes, under results-wise, maybe it was better under Ollie, but not towards the end. Ollie lost 4-1 to Watford. Ollie lost 5-0 to Liverpool. Like, that is sackable in itself, and he obviously got sacked for the 4-1 to Watford. But result-wise, I don't think it was much better under Ollie. But performance-wise, this graph shows that United are playing much better and actually a much more sustainable style of football under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, under Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick has got us playing a much better, a much more sustainable style of football than Ole did. And although we're dropping points, look at the Villa game, we deserve to win. Look at the Southampton game, we deserve to win. Look at the Middlesbrough game, we should have won 5-0. Look at the Watford game, we could have won that 4-0. Look at the Burnley game, we deserve to win. We're drawing all the games we deserve to win, whereas under Ole, we deserve to lose games and we were winning them. But at least we're playing better. At least there's better. I have to say this. Players are playing better. Delo's improved. Fred's improved. McTominay's improved. Lindelof's improved. Elanga's improved. Rangnick has improved players, has got us playing a more sustainable style of football, and has got us playing better. This graph shows we are playing better under Rangnick, under Ole, and that is why I'm not Rangnick out, and that's why I can't understand fans that think Ole was better. Because actually, Rangnick's got us playing better and more sustainable football, and the results will come because the performances warrant good results. We're just not getting good results, and I think the results will come once we sort out how to finish. Thank you very much, Rue, for the super chat here. Rue says Ralf isn't doing too bad, giving United a new identity tactic-wise, but you all need an actual manager who's a winner. And I agree. Ralf Rangnick doesn't quite have that winning mentality. I think he isn't a proven winner, and I think that's absolutely true. I'm not looking to have Ralf Rangnick next season. I'm just looking at Ralf Rangnick and what he's done this season and saying I wouldn't be Ralf Rangnick out. I think he's doing a good job as an interim manager because Ralf Rangnick has got us playing, and a lot of people need to remember this, but Ralf Rangnick has got us playing, honestly, the polar opposite way to how Ollie's got us playing. Ollie had us playing this depressive, negative, deep, low-lying lack of tactical football, whereas Ralf Rangnick is making us play this expansive, high-pressing, high-energy tactical football. We've had a big change in style of football under Ralf Rangnick, and it was going to take time to implement, and we can see that style of football being implemented. We can see us creating chances, playing better. We just need to wait for the results to come, really. And thank you very much for the super chat, the Honest Tiger. Very much appreciated. He says, hi, Alice. I hope Ralf stays in the summer because if we get a new manager in, he's just going to undo all the hard work Ralf has done. And honestly, there is a situation at United where Ralf Rangnick's come in. Ralf Rangnick's come in at a time where the Manchester United situation is not nice. Right now, the Manchester United dressing room is very, very toxic. Right now, it's a very, very toxic environment at Manchester United. It was stale when Ole left, and a lot of players did have a lot of love for Ole, and they were angry that Ole left, but a lot of players didn't. It was stale because the coaches and Ole had almost been too nice to these players for 3 years, and I think these players feel like they could walk all over the manager and the coaches. I think, this club was sort of stale when Ralf Rangnick came in. When Ralf Rangnick came in, there were reports of players not liking Ronaldo because Ronaldo had criticised them, players trying to get Ronaldo out. There's reports of players trying to change captaincy. There's reports of players trying to demand who the next manager is. There's reports of players getting angry that Ralf Rangnick won't let them leave training till after 5, so they have to drive home in the dark. There's reports of beef going on. There's reports of, there was all the leaked reports under Ole of favouritism, beef. And Ralf Rangnick's come into a Manchester United dressing room where Ole had let the players walk all over him for 3 years. Because I love Ole, he's a nice guy, but Ole was too nice to these players, and he let a lot of issues slide under the rug. He let a lot of player power in that dressing room. Ralf Rangnick's had to come in and try and change the dynamic of the dressing room, change the player power, change the training structure. He's giving players additional homework, which players don't like because they've got to do more work. Ralf Rangnick's demanding more in training. Luke Shaw said this. De Gea said this. All the players have said that, since Ralf Rangnick's come in, he's demanding a lot more in training, and players were acting out because of this. And Ralf Rangnick was here 3 weeks before. 3 weeks into Ralf Rangnick's stay here, there were reports that players weren't about. So Ralf Rangnick's had to deal with off-the-pitch situations like Greenwood obviously affecting the dressing room, on-the-pitch situations like the way we were playing and the unsustainable style of football Ole got us playing for 3 years, which meant that none of our players progressed, and actually a lot of our key players actually regressed under Ole. Martial got worse, Rashford's got worse in the last season. Under Ole, we were playing a worse style of football. So Rangnick's not only had to come in and change the style of football we play, he's had to change the training structure, he's had to change the coaches because the coaches left with Ole, and he's had to bring in brand new coaches, but also he's had to change the attitude in the dressing room. the attitude in the dressing room at Manchester United was not good, and he's had to change the style, the coach, the attitude in the dressing room, and he's had a lot to do. And he's only been here 2-3 months, and I think, you know, we have some better player mentality on the pitch. He's also Ralf Rangnick has to deal with the lack of backing from the Glazers. The Glazers show Ralf Rangnick absolute no respect, and we can all admit that. You know, Ralf Rangnick's had to deal with a lot of problems at Manchester United, and I do give Ralf Rangnick my respect for that. He's had a very tough job on his hands. He's got no help from the Glazers. He's had no help from the players. The players have, you know, have caused Ralf Rangnick problems. He's had off-the-field issues, and he's had to completely change the structure of this club from the coaching to what they do in the training ground to the way they play. So I somewhat agree with your comment to say Ralf Rangnick, you can see progress under Ralf Rangnick, and the statistic on here shows you, the statistic on my screen shows you the way Ollie had us playing and the way Ralf Rangnick had us playing. Ralf Rangnick is showing this progress. We are progressing under Ralf Rangnick. We're playing a more sustainable style of football, and the results will come under Ralf Rangnick. We're actually being unlucky under Ralf Rangnick where we're just not getting the results. But for me, as much as I like Ralf Rangnick, he's not a proven winner, and I think he's here to get us to the summer. I think once we come to the summer, put Ralf Rangnick in that consultancy role, because Ralf Rangnick is an intellect, he's a footballing mastermind, and let Ralf Rangnick have control of transfers, let Ralf Rangnick have control of the next manager, and let Ralf Rangnick have control of board decisions, but actually get a proven winner of a manager in, or someone like Erik ten Hag that's a very, very good manager. That's how I feel, if you want my honest opinion. Andrew said it's hard to tell. The players seem pretty happy most of Ollie's tenure, and they were not leaking. Yeah, you know what? They weren't leaking under Ollie's tenure until sort of towards the end of Ollie's tenure as well. And someone said that, I can't pronounce your name because it's in a foreign language, but I think it's Nickov who said Ralf Rangnick's results so far remind us of Louis van Gaal era. But the Louis van Gaal era was loads of 0-0s because we were passing sideways and backwards. Ralf Rangnick has got us passing forward. Ralf Rangnick, in my opinion, has got Manchester United playing a good style of football, passing us forward and all of that, if you want my honest opinion as well. Guys, we're on 72 likes, by the way, so please smash that like button. Everybody watching right now that's not hit that like button, we've got over 100 watching, smash that like button. And of course, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're new. It would be very, very appreciated if you do hit that subscribe button, because I do daily Manchester United content on the channel, and I am 68 subscribers away. 68 subscribers away from 30,000, so please do subscribe if you're new. And let me know down below, are you Ralf in or are you Ralf out? Are you Ralf in or are you Ralf out? Rue says make Ralf a director or something, and I agree. And Scratchy says there are better CDMs than Rice in Europe. And talking of CDMs, I don't know if you saw this, but after the Watford game, a Manchester United fan actually went up to Ralf Rangnick, and this Man United fan said to Ralf Rangnick, Ralf, by Koundé, by Rice, by Haaland. And Ralf replied, what, are you dreaming? But, you know, we've told Ralf to buy Koundé, Haaland and Rice, and Ralf said, look, you're dreaming. Basically, he basically confirmed there's no fucking way we're getting those. I mean, look, the perfect transfer window would be like De Jong, Rice, and Haaland. That would be the fucking perfect transfer window. But even Ralf Rangnick knows that's not possible. A lot of you guys seem to be Ralphing, but do let me know down below. Andrew says Ollie was tactically clueless, but he knew how to control the squad. Ralf is a class tactician, but struggling to control egos. And I do agree with that, Andrew. But I feel lately there has been an improvement, and maybe Ralf is starting to gain more control as of late. I can see like a slight improvement in the squad, and I think, you know, less and less reports are coming out, and when leaks are coming out, players are now denying the leaks. You know, the first load of leaks that came out, players didn't say anything, and now a lot of the leaks that are coming out, players are anti the leaks, and they're supporting Ralf Rangnick publicly, which maybe shows that Ralf has got some more control. Now, I think with the leaks, there's just one or two bad, negative, unhappy individuals in the Manchester United squad potentially leaking stuff, if you want my honest opinion. Guys, do let me know down below. Do you think Manchester United are going to get top 4 or not? How are you feeling in terms of top 4? Because I am worried. I am nervous. And look, if Manchester United do not finish in the top 4, Ronaldo will leave in the summer. Okay? And look, some people want Ronaldo gone. Some people believe that Ronaldo is personally holding Manchester United back. But at the end of the day, Martial is probably gone in the summer and doesn't want to be here. Greenwood is probably not going to come back. And I will talk about Greenwood in a minute, because there's a lot of Man United fans wanting Greenwood back, which I don't personally agree with. I think it's a bit like, really? Like, do you want him back, really? Do you know? Cavani doesn't want to be here. He's not committed, and Cavani will fuck off in the summer. Cavani's not committed now, and he will leave in the summer, and Ronaldo's gone. So if we're losing Martial, Cavani, Greenwood, and Ronaldo in the summer, we need at least 2 strikers, because Rashford ain't a striker. Alanga isn't a striker. Can we rely on Charlie McNeil and Joe Hugo? Yeah, no, that would be absolutely silly. So United need to get 2 strikers in the summer if we don't get top 4 and lose Ronaldo, a Paul Pogba replacement, and the much needed CDM to replace Nemanja Matic, because we know that we need a CDM desperately. And Nemanja Matic was actually my man of the match versus, well, Matic was my man of the match versus Watford, because when Matic plays well, we play well as a team, because Matic can do this job that no one else at Manchester United can do, which is control a game and also transition the ball from defence to attack and get the ball moving forward a lot nicer and get us playing a lot smoother. We saw it when he came on versus Atletico Madrid. Manchester United started to get the game under control versus Atletico Madrid. You know, as soon as Matic came off versus Watford, we started to lose control of that game. And, you know, Matic, you know, if only Matic was 5 years younger and if only Matic could do what he did in 20 minutes versus Atleti and 70 minutes versus Watford, 90 minutes week in, week out, and we'd be sorted. But Matic can't do that week in, week out because he hasn't got the legs. But Matic, again, showed us why we need a CDM. We desperately need a CDM, but also Ronaldo's going in the summer because we're not getting top 4 realistically, unless a miracle happens. Martial's going, Greenwood's probably not coming back, and Cavani's 100% leaving. So not only do we need that CDM that we desperately needed for the last 3 years, but we're also probably going to need 2 strikers if all our strikers go and we don't get top 4. And we're also probably going to need a box-to-box midfielder to replace Paul Pogba. And do you guys honestly believe that we're going to get a box-to-box midfielder, 2 good attackers, and a CDM in the same summer? I personally have no faith that the Glazers are going to do that. I personally have no faith that the Glazers are going to do that as well. So I'm a little bit nervous going into next season. I am, and we need to get top 4, because whether you like Ronaldo or not, and whether you think he's past it, yes, of course he's past it, but he's still an important player. He's the only reason we're still in the Champions League. He comes up with important goals. Doesn't matter if Ronaldo's not at his best, but we need Ronaldo in that squad, not only for mentality, but for depth. You know, we need Ronaldo, we need another striker. We can't rely on Ronaldo to play every single week. We can't. He's 37. He's played 4 90-minute games in the last 11 games, and he looked absolutely exhausted, and he's dropped off massively because he looks exhausted. We can't rely on Ronaldo to play every week. But we need Ronaldo next season, because we're not going to have Martial, we're not going to have Cavani, and I'd be very, very surprised if we have Mason Greenwood. So we do need Ronaldo, whether you like it or not. So we do need to get top 4, because Ronaldo is going if we don't get top 4. And let me know down below, do you honestly think Manchester United are going to get top 4? Do you honestly think we're going to get top 4? Esther16 says that Donny, box-to-box midfielder, the new manager could appreciate him if we're not able to buy a new one in the summer. Look, we're not able to find a proper replacement. There is Donny van der Beek, who I think has been quite good at Everton so far as well. Sorry, let me scroll down to the latest super chat as well. I've just clicked on the wrong super chat there. Thank you very much for the super chat, The Honest Tiger. If we don't get top 4, I'd rather finish 8th. No Europe football, don't watch us play Thursdays nights. What do you think? Well, look, I always want to be in Europe. Now, for me, I will be really, really upset if we don't get the Europa League. So if we don't get the Champions League. Because, you know, you look at our squad and you look at Arsenal's squad, and our squad is levels ahead of Arsenal's squad. Arsenal relying on Smith Rowe and Saka, some academy players. You know, Arsenal have sold their captain, Aubameyang. Arsenal, you know, yes, Arsenal spent a lot of money in the summer, but Arsenal finished 8th the 2 seasons previous. You know, if at the start of the season, if someone said Arsenal would finish above us, we'd be laughing. Remember when Arsenal fans, there were some cocky Arsenal fans saying they were going to finish above us at the start of the season? We would all be laughing at them because our squad was miles clear. And, you know, the fact that Arsenal might get top 4 and we won't is absolutely embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And I worry we won't get 4th. And if we can't beat Watford, how do you expect us to go beat Man City at the weekend? I think we have been playing better, and I think Man City won't walk all over us, but I'm confident Man City will beat us. I really believe Man City will beat us. And that means Arsenal could go 9-10 points clear with 10 games to go, and we're in a real predicament. We are in a real predicament. Because if we don't get top 4, we're in the Europa League, and I do not want to be in the Europa League. If someone said to me, Manchester United's best squad, the best squad Manchester United had, probably in the last 10 years since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, couldn't get top 4, and an Arsenal squad that was bang average, which is overperforming, finished above us, I'd absolutely say you're joking. I'd absolutely say you're lying. But you're not lying. Manchester United, we might not get top 4, and I do not want to be playing in the Europa League, guys. I don't know about you. Yes, we have more chance of winning Europa League than the Champions League. That goes without saying. Of course, we have more chance of winning Europa League than the Champions League. But I don't want to be in the Europa League at all. I want to be playing in the Champions League because you know what? That Atletico game, I was so excited. I don't know about you, but I felt this excitement I hadn't felt in a while for that Atletico game. I was so excited before it. And I admit the Champions League knockouts is a different feeling to Europa League knockouts. And I really, really, really do not want to be in the Europa League next season. And I think we will be. And unless we win the Champions League, I think top four is near enough gone unless Chelsea or Arsenal fall off the wheels. But we've got to rely on Chelsea and Arsenal fucking up and us getting results to get top four. Because if we don't get top four, Pogba's not staying. If we don't get top four, Ronaldo is gone. If we don't get top four, it's going to be harder to attract the players we want. We're not getting Haaland if we don't get top four. You know, it's harder to get maybe Ten Hag as manager. It's going to put us in a bad situation. And it is the point where would you rather take no European football or Europa League? Because Arsenal got no European football, which is the reason behind Arsenal being a lot better in the Premier League because they've got a lot less games and they can solely focus on the Premier League. Would you guys rather have the Europa League or nothing? Let me know down below in the live chat. Really intrigued to see what you think. The Europa League or nothing? What are you saying? Chimson says we're not making top four. Guys, let me know down below. Do you think we're going to get top four? Scratchy says no way we can win the UCL. And Paul says we're definitely not getting top four. We're not beating City or those Scouse rats. And I agree with you, Paul. We can't beat fucking Watford. How are we meant to beat City or bloody Liverpool? And now I hope we beat City. I hope we beat Liverpool because I remember under Ollie, we lost the bottom of the league, Sheffield United, and we went to the Etihad and absolutely outplayed them. And on our day, we can beat anyone. And I think City have had VAR luck with them. And you know what? But the problem is, if you play City, you're not just playing against Man City. You're playing against the ref. You're playing against VAR because they probably pay them a bit of buck. I mean, that Rodri handball the other day, madness. Like, honestly, that Rodri handball, absolute madness the other day. I tell you that as well. I tell you that, but I think top four was gone yesterday. Now, I think, you know, dropping silly points to Burnley, dropping silly points to Southampton, dropping silly points to Villa, meant that top four was gone. But I think the fact that Arsenal beat Wolves in the last minute and we couldn't beat Watford and now we've got to play City, Liverpool and Spurs our next 3 games, for me, I think that's top four gone. I do. And that means Ronaldo's gone because Ronaldo will go if we don't get top four. And look, I like Ronaldo. I do like Ronaldo, and I don't want him to go, but I think he'll be off, honestly. Steve said he'd rather be in the Europa League than have nothing. Best way of Champions League, but I'd rather have no European football than Conference League. Yeah, for me, I wouldn't want to be in the Conference League, but I'd happily be in Europa League. I'm not going to lie. I do actually quite like the Europa League, but not for like United. Like, I don't want to be in the Europa League. But I do quite like the Europa League, and you can get in the Champions League through winning Europa League. And United have a chance of winning Europa League, semi-final, final. Now, I don't want to be in Europa League next season. I want to be in the Champions League. I want to win the Champions League. I want to win the best trophies. But I do like the Europa League, and I'd take the Europa League over no football, but I do not want to be in the Conference League. I tell you that now. I do not at all want to be in the Conference League, honestly. YT says you guys will see that we are going to finish in the top 4. And someone says, stop spazzing, United will make top 4. Look, I hope we make top 4. I really bloody do hope we make top 4. Because if we don't make top 4, I will be bloody fuming. But I am a little bit nervous. I really am. Because I don't want to be in Europa League. As much as I do like the Europa League, and I'm really, really excited. Is it West Ham Sevilla? Someone let remind me in the chat. Is it West Ham Sevilla? But I'm rooting for West Ham in Europa League. I really want West Ham to win the Europa League. And I'm looking forward to watching West Ham. I'm looking forward to watching Barcelona in the Europa League. You know, I do like the Europa League. It's a good competition, but not to be in. You know, although we have more chance to win the Europa League than the Champions League. You know, when you have a squad with Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho, David De Gea, Rafael Varane, you do not want to be in the Europa League at all. And it is West Ham Sevilla, as Steve says. Chimson says, stop that Alice Ronaldo can leave, brother. Look, okay, actually, another question for you. Stay or go with Ronaldo? Let me know down below in the chat. Do you want Ronaldo to go in the summer or do you want him to stay? Honestly, as a Man United fan, Ronaldo stay or Ronaldo go in the summer? Let me know down below. SS16 says, honestly, against City, it will be the biggest challenge for Ralph, the master of getting and pressing versus the best coach who plays the best tactically, and Ralph knows them really well. They're all Germans. And yeah, Manchester City will be Ralph's biggest test. I think Atletico Madrid's been Ralph's only real test so far, and then Manchester City will be Ralph's biggest test. If Ralph can actually... The thing I'm worried about is Ralph's got us playing really good football. I know we didn't beat Middlesbrough. I know we didn't beat Watford. I know we didn't beat Burnley. And I know we didn't beat Aston Villa. But in all of those games, we did play well. We played well and we deserved to win all of those games. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we'd be beating teams like Wolves, but we didn't deserve to beat Wolves. We'd be beating teams like Southampton, but we didn't deserve to beat Southampton. I am worried going into the Manchester City game that Ralf Rangnick's going to change his style of play. Because in the Atletico Madrid game, I felt that Ralf Rangnick actually showed Atletico Madrid a little bit too much respect in that Athletic game. I thought Ralf Rangnick did show them a little bit too much respect. I think we were playing this really good football, then all of a sudden we went back to this part of the bus football versus Atletico Madrid. You know, under Ralf Rangnick, we went back to this part of the bus football like we did versus Atletico Madrid. And I just worry that we're going to go to City and part the bus. And I understand why we would go to Manchester City and part the bus. Sorry, I'm just getting another graph on my screen. I understand why we go to Manchester City and absolutely part the bus. But I think the football we've been playing, despite not getting the results, has been good. And I'd like to go, I want Ralf to play what he did versus Watford against Manchester City. Because I think if we go to Manchester City, we part the bus and we let them put us under pressure, we will lose. I want to see if Ralf Rangnick can get us playing good football against Man City, because he's got us playing good football against Leeds, got us playing good football against Watford, got us playing good football against Burnley. I want to see if he can get us playing good football against Manchester City. A lot of people saying Ronaldo can go. Ronaldo, guys, let me know down below. Would you keep or sell Ronaldo? A lot of people saying Ronaldo go. Personally, I would want to keep Ronaldo for another season to have him around in the squad for mentality, and also due to the lack of depth in the striker role, and also because I still believe that Ronaldo can offer something at Manchester United. I know Ronaldo hasn't been good lately, but he is an elite player, and he's the only reason we even got to the Champions League knockout stage, and he has been so important at the first half of the season. I just think he's absolutely knackered because he has to play every game because there's no Greenwood, no Martial, or no Cavani. I would keep Ronaldo, but what would you say? Stay or go with Ronaldo? SS16 says, stay with Ronaldo. Of course, we will need to register the fact that he's changed his club after 3 years and came back and is not the same at Manchester United as he was under Sir Alex. Yeah, no one expected Ronaldo to be the same, I don't think. And Andrew said he wants Ronaldo to stay, especially so the likes of Harry and Scott don't take over the dressing room again. Blue says Ronaldo keep, and Paul said he would let Ronaldo go. Now, guys, first of all, everybody watching right now, please do smash that like button. If you're watching right now and you've not hit that like button, it'd be so appreciated if you could go and hit that like button, because I really want to hit 30,000 subscribers on the channel. I really want to see if we can hit 30,000 subscribers on the Alice Talks football channel. We are 59 subscribers away from 30k. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, please do go and subscribe to the channel. It would be absolutely really appreciated, because I do go live almost every evening on the channel. I think there will be a video tomorrow, but there will be a live stream Tuesday, there will be a live stream Thursday, there will be a live stream Friday, and of course there'll be a live stream for the Manchester United versus Manchester City derby watch along. If you're watching right now, please do subscribe. And also, guys, if you're watching right now and you're already subscribed, smash a like, because the more likes you hit on this video, the more likely this video is going to be shared, which means we can get new people to subscribe to see if we can hit that goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of February. And I know I keep going on about subscribe, but with 59 subscribers in the next 24 to 48 hours, can we do it to hit that 30k? I don't know. So please, go and subscribe. Mariam says Ronaldo is the reason why Manchester United in the Champions League. I agree. Maury says that Ronaldo has to stay and all of that. And Chimson says mentality, he's to stand on his, he should be scoring goals and stop diving unnecessary. Man is 37. I think we have too high expectations of Ronaldo. But guys, I've got another graph to show you, as you can see on the screen here. Can you see this graph all right? Do you need me to zoom in? Is this graph all right on your screen? So the graph on my screen, the graph I've got up on my screen is Manchester United's scoring efficiency. It's how their scoring efficiency has changed throughout the season. And sort of the line there is sort of the average line, if you get what I mean, the average line, okay? And that means, you know, how many goals, how efficient we've been in terms of scoring a goal. So when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was Manchester United manager, you know, we were taking our chances a lot better. You can see when Ole was Manchester United manager, we were taking our chances a lot better. Since Ralf Rangnick's come in, Manchester United, as you can see, have created a lot more chances, but we're scoring less. You know, we're scoring less. And that is weird, because under Ole, we're creating less chances and scoring more. And under Ralf Rangnick, we're creating more chances and scoring less. And this graph shows how the efficiency of our shooting has gone down under Ralf Rangnick, our scoring efficiency. Now, Manchester United are doing everything right. We just can't seem to finish. Bruno could have got a hat-trick yesterday. Elanga could have got one. Pogba could have got one. Ronaldo could have got two. Manchester United's scoring efficiency has gone down massively. And that's what that graph shows. And I want to address something because I've seen trending today on Twitter, and I saw a lot on Twitter last night, fans saying they want Mason Greenwood back. Because let's be real, Mason Greenwood is an absolutely brilliant finisher. And Mason Greenwood, maybe if he was playing striker with these chances, could have had 10 goals. Okay, let's be real. Yes, I get from a footballing perspective, but what Mason Greenwood's done, you know, or what he's allegedly done, why would you want him back? If Mason Greenwood is found guilty, why would you want him back? And I think it's a bit bizarre to why a lot of fans are saying that they hope Greenwood is found not guilty so he can come back. Because I get from a selfish perspective, but if Greenwood is found, you know, if Greenwood has done what he's been accused of doing, we do not want him anywhere near this football club. And I do want to address that because I don't like how there's a lot of United fans sort of disregarding the Greenwood allegations and want him back. Because, yeah, cool, we need a player like Greenwood, but do you want a player like Greenwood back if he's allegedly done what he's been accused of doing? And I do have to say, I don't like how a lot of Man United fans keep saying, let's bring Greenwood back, let's bring Greenwood back. I don't agree with it because I think with the Greenwood situation, we need to stop talking about him. We need to let the police deal with the situation and see if the police can gather enough evidence to convict, and we will see the verdict if he's guilty or non-guilty. But I think it's something that we should personally not be commenting on. Scratches, I agree, Alice, we have to forget about Mason. And Paul says he doesn't want Mason Greenwood anywhere near the United squad again. And AS says, so don't talk about criminals. And let's not talk about criminals, but we will talk about criminal refereeing decisions. And I have to say, and you know, I know this is too related to Manchester United, but Essa16 says we're getting too desperate. I agree. This isn't too related to Manchester United, but how bad is the English officiating, guys? How bad is the officiating in English football? Does anyone else agree with me? For the best league in the world, I think Sunday League is better refereeing. The English football officiating is so inconsistent and so bad. I think it's so bad. And, you know, it infuriates me because Manchester City, that handball on Rodri, clear handball. The Middlesbrough handball, clear freaking handball. You know, I think one of the Liverpool players should have got sent off for that foul on Chalobah. I am absolutely fed up with the lack of officiating in the Premier League. It's crap. We could have got a penalty versus bloody Watford and we didn't. VAR and the referees are crap, okay? I just want to throw that out. I know it's not related to United, but I just want to throw that out. And if you agree with me, smash a like on that video. Smash a like on the video. Daz says no Maguire equals clean sheet. And that brings me into my next topic, actually. That brings me into my next topic. Someone says terminate the criminal's contract. If he is found guilty, then yes, terminate his contract. Eugene says Greenwood will never be back even if found not guilty. That is the thing. Now, I don't want to talk too much about Greenwood, but if he is found not guilty, we'll be in a very difficult situation where he's not been convicted and he is found not guilty. So you have to give him the benefit of the doubt, but there's going to be a lot of social media and negativity around him coming back as well. But we'll only address that if that is the case. No Maguire no equals clean sheet. And I want to talk about it, actually. I've got a couple of things to talk about. So first of all, guys, everybody watching right now, smash that like button. If you are Glazers out, smash that like button. Because remember, I'm 59 subscribers away from 30,000 subscribers. I need 59 more people to subscribe to 30,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, smash a like to get the video out there to more people to see if we can hit that 30,000 subscriber mark. But back to my next talking point. Harry Maguire and Ralf Rangnick actually dropped Harry Maguire, guys. Can you believe it? Harry Maguire benched. That's never happened. Maguire finally benched. Is this the beginning? And I want to talk about this. Is this beginning of the Varane and Lindelof pairing? Because on current form, Varane and Lindelof should be Manchester United starting centre-backs on current form. Now, I think this time last year, Maguire was a better centre-back than Lindelof. But on current form, Varane should be starting centre-back and Lindelof should be starting centre-back. And Ralf Rangnick, who hasn't dropped Maguire at all, started Lindelof and Varane and dropped Maguire. Was he rewarding Lindelof for his good form? Was he just resting Maguire? What is the situation with that? Because a lot of people believe that this could be the start of the Varane and Lindelof pairing, because there was a period before Lindelof had a lot of these off-the-field issues where Varane and Lindelof were starting because Maguire had a slight injury as well. And the Varane and Lindelof pairing seems to work quite well. I know we didn't beat Watford, but we did get a clean sheet, and none of it was on the defence. The defence was brilliant versus Watford. The defence was very, very solid. You know, how would you guys personally feel about a Varane and Lindelof centre-back pairing? Do you think dropping Maguire was just for rest? Or do you think this could be the start of actually, you know, Maguire having to fight back for his place? Now, Maguire might be dropped for a few games and he has a good performance and he gets back in, but do you think this is where Maguire has to start fighting for his place? Because I think previously it's been very much like it with Maguire, no matter what will play, and Lindelof and Varane can battle it out. Whereas right now under Ralf Rangnick, I feel like Rafael Varane is the main centre-back and it's a battle between Lindelof and Maguire to be Varane's partner, and I think that's how it should be. And I think, you know, he could just be dropping Maguire for rest, but I think if you look at how you look at Lindelof's recent performances and you look at Maguire's recent performances, Lindelof deserves to start. And I think I do applaud Ralf Rangnick for dropping Harry Maguire versus Watford. And I know we didn't beat Watford, but we had no Harry Maguire versus Watford. We had no Scott McTominay versus Watford. And we had no Marcus Rashford versus Watford, which were Ollie's three favourites that were never dropped under Ollie. And despite us not winning the game, we played some brilliant football without Ollie's three favourites. And maybe Ralf Rangnick will see that, because I think the problem at Manchester United for a long time, it was favourites FC. And I actually love Rashford. I love Marcus Rashford so much, and I think he's a brilliant player, but I think he doesn't deserve to start on recent form. I've been impressed with Scott McTominay under Ralf Rangnick, and I think his performances under Ralf Rangnick makes him deserve a place in their starting 11. But I think with Harry Maguire, he still hasn't put in enough good performances to deserve a place in that Manchester United starting 11. And I think Ralf Rangnick got us playing good football against Watford without the favourites. And one of the frustrating things for not beating Watford was not only because we were playing well and we didn't have any of the favourites, and if you win without playing any of the favourites and he plays that starting 11 again, and we won't become favourites FC, but also because we deserved to win and we played so well. Esther16 says Varane and Lindelof was always the best option to use from the beginning. Just because of Maguire's price, he gets chosen over the deserved one, and I agree. And Andrew said the biggest issue with Harry is you cannot play progressive football with the intensity and a high line. Ralf needs to keep him out. And I agree again that with Andrew, and that's what I wanted to go into. When you play Lindelof and Varane, we can play more progressive football. And the football we played versus Watford was much more progressive football. We played a high line, which meant the fullbacks could get forward. And also, because we had Matic, we could compress the ball from defence to attack. And because Lindelof's mobility, because of a little bit more pace in Lindelof and Varane, Manchester United do play better football when Maguire's not at the back, because Ralf Rangnick wants to play high-pressing, high-line progressive football. You can't play that with Maguire at the back because his lack of mobility. He can't handle one-on-ones, and he's got that lack of pace. And I think you're absolutely right that you know, Harry Maguire should not be starting. I do agree. Paul says we've got too many bluffers at the club. They aren't playing as a team only for themselves. I do agree with you there, Paul. And Steve says perhaps Maguire should be dropped more. I agree. And The Honest Tiger, thank you very much for the super chat, says, what's Fletcher's job? Why is he still there? And you know what's really funny is Ralf Rangnick in his press conference said he didn't actually know what Fletcher's job is. Ralf Rangnick himself says he actually does not know what Fletcher's role is at the club. That is the funny thing, honest. That is the funny thing. Even Ralf Rangnick doesn't know what Darren Fletcher's role is at the club, because unfortunately, Manchester United are shambles FC. Darren Fletcher is here earning money, doing what no one knows. You know, he's meant to, you know, he's helping out on the pitch, but that's not what his job. He's helping out in training, but that's not his job. He's meant to be, you know, no one really knows what Darren Fletcher's job is. Paul says we need a new captain next season. I agree. Everybody, I want everybody to get involved in the live chat, because I really want to see your guys' opinion. Who should be United's captain next season? If you were going to strip captaincy of Harry Maguire, who would you give it to? Because we don't know if Ronaldo's going to be here next season. We don't know if Pogba's going to be here next season. Who would you give captaincy to? Would you give it to Varane? Would you give it to Bruno? Would you give it to Scott McTominay? Would you give it to De Gea? Who would you give Manchester United captaincy to? Please do let me know down below. I'm actually really, really intrigued to see who you guys would give Manchester United captaincy to. Mariam says, Alice, do you think Ronaldo's the problem? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think Ronaldo is the problem at Manchester United. I think the problem at Manchester United is we have 3 strikers that were here at the start of the season that aren't really committed. Martial wasn't committed, he left. Cavani is not committed. I know he's injured, but he's not committed. And Greenwood's committed, potentially a crime. Okay? So Ronaldo's our only striker. So Ronaldo's going to be hung out to dry, because at 37, when he should be rested more, he has to play 90 minutes twice a week, which doesn't have the fitness to. Ronaldo's not the problem at Manchester United. However, we do need another striker. The problem at Manchester United is the board. The problem at Manchester United is the owners for not backing Ralf Rangnick in January, for leaving us in a situation where we only have 1 striker. The problem is we need a CDM. Before anything, we need a CDM. Then we need a clinical striker. Then we need a box-to-box replacement to replace Paul Pogba. Okay? Ronaldo, I want him here next season because I think he's very influential. I think he's a good player. And Ronaldo's the only reason we made it to the Champions League knockout stage. Ronaldo's still a top player, but he's not been playing well. He is out of form. And on current form, he deserves to be dropped, but we cannot drop him because we've got no one else to play. But Ronaldo is not the problem at this club. He's not the reason we're losing games. I know he's not finishing his chances, but he's not the reason we're losing games. Okay? The problem is the board. The problem is the Glazers. That is the problem. The problem is the owners. Okay? I wouldn't sell Ronaldo, but I do think we need a young, fresh striker in. Honestly. Yeah. Alice, I would like to see you as United manager. Look, I mean, as much as some of you would like to see me as Manchester United manager, I wouldn't be the woman for the job. I've got no managerial experience. I mean, maybe I could be an advisor to the manager and give them my thoughts and opinion, but I've got no experience as well. And thought Ronaldo would have more goals by now. Yeah, to be fair, Ronaldo has scored like 15 goals, so he's not doing too bad considering his age and considering how we've been playing. United has no strikers. United has makeshift strikers. Cavani is no more of a threat. I mean, City have no strikers and they don't use it as an excuse, though. I guess we have no strikers, but we shouldn't really be using it maybe as an excuse. I think United would like to almost use it as an excuse. And someone said maybe bring back Ander and make him captain. I do love Ander Herrera. I would bring back Herrera. I have no shame in saying that. I would bring back Ander Herrera. I have absolutely no shame in saying that. Guys, if you're watching right now and you have not already, please do smash that like button. We are 57 subscribers away from 30,000. I need 57 more people to subscribe to hit 30,000 subscribers. And my goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of February. So honestly, guys, if you are not watching right now, please do subscribe. It will be so appreciated. I need 57 more of you guys to subscribe to hit that 30,000. And if you are subscribed, just smash that like button, put something in the chat to help the video get out there with the algorithm and all of that. Steve said he would take Varane and Bruno as captain if Ronaldo leaves. Lou says I think we'd be better off without Ronaldo. If Ollie could do the job, you'll be fine, says Alex. And guys, we are on 132 likes. We've got over 120 people watching. Let's go for 200 likes. So just smash that like button. Let's go for 200 likes. A lot of people saying that they make De Gea or Ronaldo captain, depending on if Ronaldo stays. And Mariam says, we can't blame Ronaldo. He's 37. He needs to rest. You all need a CDM and a young striker. I agree with that comment. And yeah. And SS16 says, don't you really think when we talk about creating chances, we always talk about crosses in the box rather than play through the middle of the box at the park? We barely play through the middle. I agree. For a team that's so bad at crossing and with some of the worst crossing deliveries ever, we should be playing through the middle more as well. Keep smashing the like buttons, guys. But Ralf Rangnick has come out with some comments, and I'm just going to take a quick swig of water, and then I'm going to read out the comments that Ralf Rangnick made that I thought was quite interesting regarding the matches, and also Ralf Rangnick talking about some of our coaches and people at the club. Lou says, "Oh, congrats to Liverpool, yeah. Congrats to bloody Liverpool for winning that trophy, eh?" I was fuming Liverpool won. But back to the story. So Ralf Rangnick came out today, well, actually yesterday, after the game. This is what Ralf Rangnick had to say regarding some questions he was asked in the game. Ralf Rangnick said it's frustrating that we didn't win. He said that we did everything other than score. He said it's hard to take result because we were in full control for almost the full game. Ralf Rangnick said that we need to be sharper in front of goal and can hardly create more chances than we did. It's a frustrating afternoon. Rangnick said, if I look back at the last few months, we've given away that many chances and that many points with draws. We should have had 4 or 6 more points. The situation would be completely different. And Rangnick's true. Rangnick said, Rangnick's look back at the games we've been playing. Rangnick's look back at our recent performances. And Ralf Rangnick's come out and said, with the way we're playing, we should be winning that game. He said we did everything right, but put the ball in the back of the net. We need to be sharper in front of goal. He said that we deserve more points than we've got in the last few games. What can we do? We've not put the ball in the back of the net. Ralf Rangnick also said our job as coaches is to help the team create chances. The number of clear chances we had today was enough to win a game like this, and it's true. And I think Ralf Rangnick is just backing criticism because, we live in a world where a lot of people are just going to look at the result. A lot of people out there are just going to look at the result and they're going to go, oh, we didn't win the game, Rangnick must be shit. Oh, we drew another game, Rangnick must be shit. And there's going to be a lot of football fans and a lot of people out there looking at our recent results and saying, I love this comment from Paul here. I'm not congratulating Liverpool. Yeah, fuck Liverpool. Bruno turned into Greenwood in the Wolves game. I didn't mean to click on that comment. I don't know what you mean by that. But Ralf Rangnick, I think Ralf Rangnick is saying, he's done his job as a coach. Ralf Rangnick's come out and he's basically said, I've done my job as a coach. Like, I've told the squad what to do. I've got them creating chances. I've got them playing better football. You know, Ralf said, I've got Man United playing better football and all of that. And he has. Ralf Rangnick has got us playing better football. But we live in a world where, because results aren't going our way, people will turn on Ralf because they won't watch the game. They won't look at it from a tactical perspective. They won't see the improvements. Ralf Rangnick has improved a lot of our players. We can all agree. Dalot's improved. Tomalai's improved. Fred's improved. Lindelof's improved. Alanga looked so good yesterday. How good did Alanga look yesterday? He looked so bright as well. A lot of our players have improved. We're playing better football, playing more sustainable football. Ralf Rangnick's done his job as a coach. The players now need to do their job, and I think the blame is on the players and not Ralf Rangnick. I thought Bruno was poor yesterday. I thought Ronaldo was poor yesterday as well. DJ says Kepa the choker, guys. Look, as much as I wanted Liverpool to lose, I did kind of laugh at Kepa. Did anyone else find that Kepa thing funny? Honestly, I thought that Kepa thing was very, very funny. By the way, there is a lot of transfer news as well. There is a lot of transfer news as well. You know, we've been linked to Dan Juma. We've been linked to Anthony from Ajax. The reason I haven't really touched on transfer news is Man United dropped points. The next day, loads of transfer news. I think it's a PR spin. I'm trying to avoid talking about transfer news until April. I don't plan on talking really about transfer news for another month on this channel unless it's from a reliable source, unless it's like an outrageous story, because I just think any transfer news that comes out right now, there's not much in it, if I'm going to be honest with you, or it's PR spin because we dropped points. But we were linked. I will just cover transfer news. Tom Hopkins from the Mirror said that United are ready to commit and buy Paulinho no later than the first week of June, or Sporting will offer him elsewhere. Apparently, United are going to go for Paulinho early in the transfer window. The Mirror said they're also interested in the Mirror said that we're also interested in PSV Eindhoven youngster Cody Galco and obviously Lisbon's João Paulinho. That's the story that's come up. We've obviously been linked to Anthony of Ajax. We've also been linked to Rafinha if Leeds go down. Regarding transfer news, I think it's just, as Andrew said, BS transfer news always leak out when we're playing, when we're dropping points. I think keep the transfer news. I'm going to not really talk too much about transfer news to April. I do a lot of transfer news content on this channel. December, January, I'm on the transfer news. April through to August, I'm on the transfer news because I think, transfer window, I know it opens in June, but April, May is when you sort of know what we're going to do. Like Koundé and Varane and Sancho were well linked to in April as well. Esther16 says Alanga has really stepped up as a player. I'm really impressed. I hope we can keep using him the way Ralf uses him. He's doing really well. I agree. Alanga's been brilliant. He deserves to start over Rashford as well. Bruno has commented on his recent form as well, guys. Bruno said that Manchester United did create chances versus Watford. Bruno said he's very frustrated because he had 2 or 3 chances to score today, but the ball did not go in. He said it's the same as Middlesbrough. He had a lot of chances to score. We had a lot of chances to score, and it just didn't go through. We didn't win today. Didn't go away. Bruno said that he should have scored. He said it was one of them days where we could just be here for a long time and not score a goal. Bruno said the result was bad for us. And Bruno Fernandes has come out and said that he is very, very disappointed in his performance versus Watford. He thinks he should have scored 2 or 3, and he thinks it's like the Middlesbrough game where Manchester United really could have scored a few goals. And it wasn't our way. The ball didn't go in the back of the net. And it's really frustrating because this isn't a one-off. It's like we can see it coming. Like, guys, if you've been tuning into my watch-alongs, you'll see me in my watch-alongs where, we play really well in the first half and it's 1-1 or it's 0-0 or it's 1-0. And I say, we're going to lose it in the second half. Or we're going to drop it in the second half. My last 5 watch-alongs, I've predicted that, we're going to drop points because it was brilliant as we played against Middlesbrough. It's brilliant as we played against Burnley. It's brilliant. We were really good against Villa. We all of a sudden concede a silly goal and drop points and get a draw. And we've been so good in our last few games and we've been drawing because we're not taking the chances and conceding silly goals. And the sad thing is, I've seen it coming. A lot of you guys have seen it coming, and it is a frustrating situation because at half time I almost predicted that it was going to end 0-0 because I thought we're doing everything right, which means it's just going to end 0-0 because nothing seems to be going our way. Should Charlie McNeil be promoted to the first team? I mean, if we were still in the FA Cup or something, I would have given him a run in, but unfortunately we're not. I think with the lack of strikers, Garnacho, I don't know if he's a striker. I think he's more of a winger, but he's been doing really well as well. I mean, is it pronounced Garnacho? I think it's the one I'm thinking of. The one for Man United that was really, really good versus Leicester. I watched the youth game versus Leicester. And Ralf Rangnick seems very impressed with him as well. I know he's only 17, this Garnacho guy, so he's a bit young. But I think Charlie McNeil's only just turned 18. But he's a good up-and-coming player. I think he's more of a winger than a striker. But United have a lot of good players. We've got Shola Shatiri, we've got Charlie McNeil, we've got Gamacho, we've got Joe Hugill. I mean, with Charlie McNeil, he is 18, and we did give Greenwood a chance at 17. I think the thing is, Elanga's doing very, very well. And it's very, very hard for a young player to come in as a striker because of the lack of physicality. They normally come in as a winger first. Would I give Charlie McNeil a go? Potentially. He hasn't been as effective this season, I won't lie. But I think because we're not in any cup competitions, it's a bit of a risk. Andrew says that he wants to see Hannibal get some minutes. I agree. Andrew says that Hannibal's such a technical baller, which most our mids lack. And I think you're absolutely right with that, Andrew. Steve says we are on 149 likes. Guys, we're 51 likes away from 200 likes. So if you've not hit that like button, please, please do. It'd be so, so appreciated as well. And of course, subscribe down below if you're new. We're 55 subscribers away from 30k. I need 55 more people to subscribe to 30,000 subscribers. So please, please, please subscribe if you're not subscribed. We'd absolutely love to hit 30,000 by the end of the month as well. I've got a couple more stories to get into before I end the live stream as well. And obviously, I gave my thoughts on the Chelsea versus Liverpool game. And I will say, you know, I know that game ended 0-0. Obviously, Liverpool won on penalties. I know that the Chelsea-Liverpool game ended 0-0, but for a 0-0, the quality of football we saw was brilliant. The quality of football we saw was absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I think it was. And we are a level behind City. We are a level behind Liverpool. We are a level behind Chelsea. We've improved, but we are a level behind them, and that's frustrating. And I am a little bit nervous for that City game. I think it will be a test. Daniel says that James Garner would be good for United to stay. Look, James Garner's a baller. James Garner scored the other day. Honestly, James Garner scored the other day for Notts Forest. I really like James Garner. I think he needs a Premier League loan before he comes to Manchester United, but I do really like James Garner as well. Honestly, I do. But I would give him a Premier League loan. Keep smashing the like button, by the way, as well. And also, I've just seen all over Twitter, is it a curse of Spanish goalkeepers that Kepa didn't save a penalty and missed them? CD said he's starting to have doubts. Shakri says we played the same Watford under Rolly and lost 4-1. If you watch the match, you have to be Ralph Finn. I agree. I'm absolutely amused. I can't believe that there are United fans out there saying they want Ollie back. Like, look at the difference. I know we didn't beat Watford, but look at how Ollie got us playing versus Watford, and look at how Ralph got us playing versus Watford. There is a massive difference. That when I see United fans saying they want Ollie back and they want Ralph out, I'm thinking, did you actually watch the game, or are you just going off the result? Because, I mean, the result is still better than what Ollie got us, but I'm like, if you seriously, after that game, want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out and want Ralf Rangnick out and want Ollie back in, I think you're mad. There's 117 people watching, guys, so do like and subscribe as well. Watford is Arsenal's next game, and I bet Arsenal will batter them. And that's the embarrassing thing. We're going to watch Arsenal beat Watford 5-6-0 because Watford is shit. They are absolutely shit. We're probably going to watch Arsenal batter them. Mariam says, Bruno is becoming really selfish. Why didn't you pass to Ronaldo? I will say, it was really frustrating because I think Bruno should have passed to Ronaldo in that one-on-one. And, you know, the thing is, 9 times out of 10, I'd expect Bruno to score that one-on-one. And if he scores, it doesn't matter that he doesn't pass to Ronaldo. But the fact that he didn't score means the fact that he didn't pass to Ronaldo is really infuriating. And Bruno has been a bit selfish lately. You know, and look, Bruno was really, really good. And I think the last 2 games he's dropped off. I'm not going to go in on Bruno because actually he's been brilliant lately. Let's be real. Bruno, Pogba, Sancho have all been brilliant lately, but I think that they've all dropped off the last 2 games. Ronaldo's been poor for a while. But yeah, look, Bruno is becoming a little bit selfish, but I'm sure that's something that Ralf Rangnick will sort out or help out, hopefully, as well. Man U home form is a worry, especially Champions League coming up. And this is the thing, guys. I'm going to share my screen again. I am going to share my screen again with you guys because we've got some half fixtures coming up. Let me share my screen. Can you see this? You know, obviously we've got Atletico Madrid, and if we played how we did in the first leg versus Atletico Madrid, we won't be beating them. But this is the thing: we've just dropped points to Watford. We've got Manchester City. We've then got Tottenham. We've then got Atletico Madrid at home, which hopefully the Manchester City game and the Tottenham game will get us prepared for that, because I think You know, Atletico Madrid's been Ralf Rangnick's first hard game. Now he's got another 2 hard games to prepare him for that second leg. And then we've got Liverpool. So basically, in the next month, we've got Man City, Tottenham, Madrid, Liverpool, okay? And then we've got Leicester and Everton, which could be difficult games. We've got Norwich, which should be easy. We've got Arsenal, and that could be our only hope of getting top 4. This could be the game that top 4 depends on. Brentford should be easy. Brighton, we should win, but it could be a struggle. Chelsea will be a difficult game, and then we've got Crystal Palace. But, you know, look at that. City, Tottenham, Atletico, Liverpool. Tough fixtures ahead, guys. Tough fixtures ahead, and we desperately need top 4. I am worried. I won't lie to you. I am worried. I don't like. Are you guys the tiniest bit worried, or are you a little bit relaxed? Because personally, myself, I'm not fueled with confidence. But one positive is, I will say this: I think we can beat Atletico Madrid. I don't know, but I think City will beat us. I think Liverpool will beat us, and I think that will be top 4 gone. I think, but I think we can beat Atletico Madrid. If I'm going to be 100% honest, I do. And maybe you guys think I'm deluded for saying I think we could beat Atletico Madrid. Like I don't blame you if you think I'm deluded for saying we can beat Atletico Madrid. But I know we played awful in the first half versus Atletico Madrid and we're lucky. But I think we've learnt our lesson. I think Ralf Rangnick knows that the reason Atletico Madrid was so good is because we showed them too much respect and we changed what we were doing. As soon as we brought Matic on and we decided to actually play Atletico Madrid and start playing football rather than being too cautious, we were the better team. And I think if that Atletico Madrid game was on for 10 more minutes, we would have won it 2-1. I think the momentum was really going our way. And I think although Atletico Madrid will have a stronger squad for the second leg, we will be at home, which means hopefully the referee will not give Atletico Madrid decisions their way. The only thing is about the Atletico Madrid game is I think the team that scores first will win, because if Atletico Madrid score, they're going to shithouse to the end. They're going to waste time. They're going to wind us up. They're going to park the bus. They're going to cause problems. I think if we can score and make it 2-1 against Atleti, we'll win. And we have that home advantage. But I don't think we'll beat City. I don't think we'll beat Liverpool. I do think we'll beat Spurs because Spurs are shit. But yeah, look, I'm not filled with confidence for top 4. I don't think we're going to get top 4. I think we're going to be in Europa League next season. But I don't want to be too negative. How are you guys feeling regarding all of that as well? And Ronaldo will score a hat-trick in the second leg. Look, if Ronaldo scores a hat-trick, I'll be absolutely buzzing. If Ronaldo can come out and score a hat-trick in the second leg, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Guys, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're new. And, of course, hit that like button if you have not already. Make sure you smash those likes and make sure you subscribe if you're new. We're 53 subscribers away from 30k. I need 53 more people to subscribe to 30k. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We really appreciate it. I do daily Manchester United content on the channel. I go live every single day, keeping you up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates, and more. So please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you've not gone, and subscribe to the channel. Please do smash a like on the video if you've not gone, and smash the like on the video. Like, subscribe, share, bish, bash, bosh on that. It'll be so appreciated. Player 456 is Ronaldo needs to move on. We need new bucks in the game. We need new players, fresh ideas, new centre-backs needed as well. I don't agree on new centre-backs. I think Lindelof and Varane's a solid pairing. I don't think we need to sell Ronaldo, but I think we need newer players. I agree. Tam says we'll win the Champions League. I don't think we'll win the Champions League, but I have a hope that we do win it, which means when we get knocked out of the Champions League, I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken. I just look at the level of City and Liverpool and I go, how the fuck are we going to win the Champions League? You know, I think Atletico Madrid is actually one of the, you know, is a winnable game. And I think if we're going to struggle against Atleti, there's no way we're beating PSG, Bayern Munich, City, Real Madrid. Even Ajax, I think, would give us a good game. CD says you're going to get slaughtered by Liverpool and Man City. If I were these guys, I would fake injuries to get out of the game. I mean, man. And we gifted Arsenal top 4. I'm sorry, says Harris. And you're absolutely right, Harris. The disappointing thing about Arsenal is I feel like we generally have gifted Arsenal 4th. You know, we could have we could have made it tough for Arsenal, but you know, our last 3 or 4 draws, I feel like we have just basically gifted Arsenal 4th. I really do. Arsenal will be thanking us, but I think we're absolutely stupid because I think we only have ourselves to blame. We can't blame Ralf Rangnick because Ralf Rangnick's got us playing good football. Like, we only have ourselves to blame. And you know what? The Premier League conversion rate for big chances is 41 to 43% this season. It is 41.4% on average. The average Premier League conversion rate is 42% in the Premier League conversion rate. United's conversion rate is 35%, which is the 5th worst. Only Brighton, Wolves, Burnley and Norwich have a worse conversion rate in the Premier League. than Manchester United this season. And that reflects that Rangnick has just been very, very unlucky. He's got us playing good football. He's got us playing good stuff. He's been very, very unlucky. And maybe that indicates that maybe the strikers aren't up for it. Maybe that is on Ronaldo. I don't know. But I think, if you are Rangnick out, I just want to get the statistic up. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. Ronaldo will get revenge against Liverpool, hopefully. And Steve says, you never know, West Ham could get top 4 or Wolves, don't write them off. But Spurs, but Arsenal are favourites, second to Man U. And Gaz says he's sick of this whole team. Look, I think the problem is the team and not the manager. I think a lot of people were saying, there are a lot of people saying because the results get Ralf Rangnick out. And in my opinion, Ralf Rangnick is not to blame for what's going on at Manchester United whatsoever. I think if you are blaming Ralf Rangnick, and you do want Ralf Rangnick out, I think you clearly haven't watched us play. To all the fans that want Rangnick out and Ollie back in, and to all the fans saying we shouldn't have got rid of Ollie, Rangnick's worse, you're wrong. We are playing better football under Rangnick. We're playing more sustainable football under Rangnick. The players have improved. We are improving under Rangnick. I think that Rangnick is a better manager than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I absolutely stick by that. Someone says time for Harry Kane. Look, I'd love Harry Kane at Manchester United, but realistically, we can't afford him. I look at this and I go, we need a young striker. We need a box-to-box midfielder to replace Pogba. And we also need a CDM. Now, we desperately need a CDM. Now, Man United might have 150 million to spend in the summer. That's 50 million on the CDM, 50 million on the striker, and 50 million on the box-to-box, in my opinion. Maybe 60 million on the CDM and 40 million on the box-to-box because Fred and McTominay have improved, and we do have the likes of Donny coming back. But realistically, as much as I'd like Declan Rice or Harry Kane, we shouldn't be spending big money. We should be getting players like Tchouaméni as a CDM potentially, players maybe like Anthony or some of the young strikers coming up as a striker, and maybe like a £50 million box-to-box to replace Paul Pogba. I think we should be going for those 40, £50 million signings rather than a big Galactico like Kane for 100 million, because I always say this, if you look at the most expensive transfers in football, a lot of them haven't paid off. Mbappe's paid off, Neymar's paid off. I think the Ronaldo 80 million, Real Madrid 100% paid off. But, Griezmann, Coutinho, Dembele, Grealish, Pogba, some of the biggest transfers in football, I think a lot of them flops. Lukaku. Look, if I Google most expensive transfers in football, a lot of them have been flops, and maybe it's the pressure of price tag that, for me, personally, from my perspective, I would like Manchester United to go and buy like 50 million, 40 million pound players rather than spend 100 million on one player, because that will be too reliant on that player. I'd rather us spend 40, 50 million on players, because Neymar was 200 million, not worth 200 million, but I wouldn't say it was a flop. Mbappe, 150 million, I think was worth it for PSG. João Felix was over 100 million, I think that's a flop. Coutinho was over 100 million, I think that's a flop. Griezmann was over 100 million, I think that's a flop. Grealish was over 100 million, I think that's a flop. Lukaku over 100 million, I think that's a flop. Dembele over 100 million, that's definitely a flop. Pogba over 100 million, I think is not worth the price, but I wouldn't call him a complete flop. Gareth Bale was 100 million euros. I think that was a flop for Real Madrid. Eden Hazard was 100 million euros for Real Madrid. That was a flop. Higuain cost Juventus 90 million. That was a flop. Maguire cost us 80 million. That was a flop as well. Majority of the biggest transfers in football are a flop. And, people say get Rice for 100 million, get Kane for 100 million. Now, I think Rice and Kane right now, we need them. But, we thought Grealish was the perfect player for Man City, and it hasn't happened. And I think when we're in a situation where we don't just need a CDM, we need a striker and we need potentially a Pogba replacement, I do not want us to just focus our whole transfer window on one position in case it doesn't work out, because we'll be equally fucked. We need a CDM that's young, can improve us, maybe Hedera, maybe Tchouaméni. Maybe someone like that. We need that young striker like Anthony. We maybe need another winger, maybe someone like Rafinha. If Leeds go down, he could be 30, 40 million. And we potentially need a box-to-box, depending on if Donny's going to be part of next season and the form of Fred and McTominay. Now, what I'm hoping is that Pogba stays, but that's not going to happen because we're not getting top 4. I think the thing is, Cavani's gone, Greenwood's not coming back, and Ronaldo's gone if we don't get top 4. We've got to rely on Martial and Donny getting in good form and the new manager wanting them, and then we've got to rely on us getting a top CDM and then another striker in, another box-to-box in, and I don't trust the Glazers to do that. Personally, myself, Daniel says Dembele and Coutinho have had horrid times at Barca. The thing is, Coutinho's a baller, and I actually do really highly rate Coutinho, but it's just not worked out for him at Barcelona. And Dembele is a sad one because I really rate Dembele, and when Dembele went to Barcelona, I thought, I'd love him at United, but honestly. He's just not worked out. And I actually think price tag does play a thing on have an impact, because I think if you look up some of the most expensive transfers, a lot of them have failed. I think price tags have definitely had like some significant impact, because I thought Grealish would be perfect for Man City, and he's just not been good. Like, Sancho has been a better signing than Jack Grealish, without a doubt, and people were calling Sancho the flop. And the thing is with Kane, I think Kane is probably what we need, but, you know, Ronaldo's not worked 100% a striker, Martial's not worked, Cavani's not 100% worked, Griezmann's not 100% worked. Maybe it's the way we play. We need to maybe the striker's the final piece of the puzzle. Maybe we need to get a CDM and a box-to-box in and get the right players to play as the system we want, and then get the striker last, because, you know, we're talking about getting a striker in the summer. We are. But I think to get a striker in, we want to know what football we're going to be playing, because, you know, are we looking for a poacher like Ronaldo, or are we looking for a player that could be more involved like Martial and more involved in the link-up play? Like, I think the thing is, strikers should be the last signing we get in the summer. I think we should get a new manager in. We should get him the CDM he wants, the box-to-box he wants, and then depending on the style of football the manager wants to play, then we look at what striker will we need in the summer as well. I think, you know, if we went out and brought Harry Kane, and then the next manager wanted to play a style of football that didn't suit Harry Kane, and it was about having a fast striker, and Harry Kane's probably worst attribute is pace, then we'd be in a bit of a situation there. Guys, please do smash that like button if you have not already, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, please do subscribe to Alice Talks Football. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. My goal is to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of February, which, I mean, we've only got 2 days left, so it's a bit of an ambitious goal, but I am 42 subscribers away. Sorry, yes, no, 52. I'm 52 subscribers away from 30,000 subscribers. We've got 160 people watching. If you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, it'd be so appreciated if you could subscribe, because I am 52 subscribers away from 30,000. And if you want a reason to subscribe, I go live pretty much every evening giving you all the latest Manchester United news and transfer news updates. I do watch-alongs, I do match reactions, I do match previews, I do news updates, transfer news updates, live streams, short videos, everything Manchester United. So if that's your thing, subscribe. And if you're already subscribed but you want to help out, smash a like on the video so the video gets out there to more people as well. As Gaz just asked me how far off 30k, and we are 52 subscribers off 30k, which is absolutely crazy. I think hopefully I can reach my goal of 30k by tomorrow, but yeah, hopefully. Andrew said he never thought Grealish was a fit for Pep. He is more of a freestyle and cuff type player rather than a system player. And yes, a good point there. Do you know what I want to say with Grealish, though? You know, a lot of those players that shine at smaller clubs that don't make it at big clubs, I think one thing is, like, when teams play Manchester City, Liverpool, and Manchester United, they play very different to how they play other teams. You know, if you're playing for West Ham or you're playing for Aston Villa, you get a lot more space as an attacker. Whereas if you move to Manchester United, teams will play different against you. And I think that's why Lingard excelled so well at West Ham, because teams allowed West Ham that more space. And I think that's why Lingard excelled a lot better at West Ham, and maybe that's why Grealish excelled a lot more at Villa, because one, he could be the main man, and two, teams give Villa a lot more space. Because if you look at certain players like Marcus Rashford, Greenwood and Martial, in the first season under Ollie was their best season, because we were quite crap in that first season under Ollie. Like, no one expects us to get top four, and teams thought they could beat us, which they leave space in behind. Whereas as we got better and finished second, and we went into this season with Ollie, teams were much tighter against us and we struggled more to break down, and I think our strikers got worse as well. I think that's another thing. You know, if you play for a West Ham, or no disrespect to West Ham, they're absolutely brilliant this season, but if you play for a team that's not a top four team, like the traditional top four, traditional top six team, you do get more space as an attacker as well. Rudy said he thinks Sancho is a right winger and Elanga is a left winger. I think they work well on either wing. I think Sancho and Elanga should be our starting wingers on current form. I think Rashford just has not been good enough. And Daniel said Lingard was so good at West Ham. Lingard was so good at West Ham. And it's a shame that Lingard, as much as West Ham are competition for top four, it's a shame that Lingard didn't get that move, because I love Jesse Lingard and I love seeing Lingard play well. You know, and I want to see Lingard playing regularly, and I want to see Lingard playing well. And obviously at Manchester United, he just doesn't get that opportunity that he would normally get. Guys, please do keep hitting that like button if you haven't already, and of course subscribe down below if you're new. Sancho has better numbers on the left. Does Sancho have better numbers on the left? Should we look at that? Jadon Sancho stats. Let's have a look at Sancho's numbers on the left there, because someone's just commented that Jadon has better numbers on the left. So this season, look, it's not the best stats for Jadon Sancho, but if we actually look in detail, like he's come on, he started 20 games and he has four goals and 2 assists. You know, goal contribution every 300 minutes. It's not brilliant, but he's 21. It's the first season in the Premier League. So whatever. Okay, so Jadon Sancho as a left winger this season has 2 goals and 2 assists in 19 games, whereas as a right winger, he's only got 1 goal. And apparently he's played as a centre forward, and maybe that's when we just changed it in the second half. Let's look at Jadon Sancho's. Should we look at Jadon Sancho's overall balance? Let's look at his overall balance in his career. So this is Sancho has actually played 101 games as a left winger compared to 80 games as a right winger. So I don't know if you can see this, but you see where my mouse is hovering around. It says Jadon Sancho as a left winger has 43 goals and 35 assists in 101 games. So 43 plus 35 is 78. So 78 goal contributions in 101 games. Okay. Whereas as a right winger, he has 27 goals and 37 assists, which would be 44 plus 20, 64. He has 64 goal contributions in 80 games and 78 goal contributions in 101 games. So I think that output's pretty equal. He's minus 16 in 80 games, and obviously he would be minus sort of 23 in 100 games. So the output on the left wing and the right wing statistically is quite similar for Jadon Sancho. I think he can play on both wings, but he seems to play more on the left. I think in that last season, if we look at his season in the Bundesliga for 2021, if we look at Jadon Sancho last season, so the season before he joined United, he played as a right winger a lot at the beginning of the season. And then towards the end of the season, he played as a left wing. And Jadon Sancho seemed to be better towards the end of the season as a left winger as well. So, yeah, I think Sancho can play on both wings. I mean, Elanga, I don't really mind what wing Sancho plays on. I think when you've got Ronaldo as a striker, I just think I prefer Sancho on the right wing to give Ronaldo service. But I think with Elanga, again, he can play on both wings as well. If we look at Elanga's statistics for all seasons, because he's not really played much this season, but we get a dynamic of Elanga's statistics. I'm talking in youth games as well. This is in his own, he's played 38 games as a left winger and 12 games as a right winger. So, and he's also played 21 games as a centre forward. So I think it's pretty clear Elanga is probably a left winger. 15 goals and 9 assists, 24 goal contributions in 38 games as a left winger, but also 16 goal contributions in 21 games as a forward. And as a right winger, Elanga's output doesn't seem to be as good. So maybe Elanga's a left winger, so maybe put Sancho on the right going into the future. I mean, if we saw Elanga by this season, I know he's not played loads for United this season, but, he's definitely got better numbers. The centre forward numbers are all in the academy, by the way. Don't get confused by that. But I guess 3 goals, 1 assist as a left winger. I think some of that is in the academy, to be fair, because if we look at Premier League, he's got 2 goals this season. Champions League, he's got 1 goal this season. So he's only got 3 goals this season, but I guess they've all come as a left winger. So maybe Elanga is a left winger, to be fair, as well. We lack enough efficient technical ballers. We are so wasteful in possession and rarely play enough of those. Yeah, I think Elanga isn't the most technical baller as well, but he could be. Southgate is clueless. He better start left wing for England. I mean, look, Grealish doesn't deserve to be called up for England, either does Rashford. If Sancho doesn't get called up for England, I'd be absolutely fuming. If Sancho doesn't called up for England, I'd be absolutely fuming. And Maguire will be called up for England. I think Rashford could get a drop for England. I do, because if he's dropped Sancho, I think Rashford and Grealish are at general chance of being dropped. I think. Guys, we are 51 subscribers away from 30k, so please do subscribe if you're not subscribed as well. I am going to wrap up the live stream, by the way, in a second. Just having a drink of water. I am about to wrap up today's live stream, by the way, because I have been live for a while, but I just thought, because I normally go live for about 50 minutes. My shows are normally around the 50-minute mark. But because I sort of lacked on the live streams lately because I've just been ill and all of that, I'm just going live a bit longer at the moment. Now I'm going to wrap up the live stream in a minute, and I've literally just forgot what I was going to say for my last point. I'm an idiot. I was about to say something, and I've completely forgot. Oh, no, I was talking about England. I think Sancho and Grealish could be dropped for England. Not Sancho, I think Rashford and Grealish could be dropped for England, and hopefully Sancho gets called up. I'll be really disappointed if Southgate doesn't call Sancho up for England, because I think sort of Sancho's current form, I think he deserves to be called up for England again. I think he's been quite good lately, Jadon Sancho as well. But guys, I am going to wrap up today's live stream, so please do smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Let's go for 200 likes on today's video. So bish, bash, bosh, everybody go smash that like button. And guys, if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed to Alice Talks Football, please do subscribe to the channel. 50 subscribers away from 30,000 subscribers. We will be back tomorrow night with some more news. I think I'm going to do a video talking about Ronaldo tomorrow and his current form. Or if there's transfer news, I'll do a video on transfer news. So I will be back tomorrow for some news. I will be live during the weekend for the Manchester United versus Manchester City watch-along. I do watch-alongs, match reactions, match previews, live shows, interactive shows, transfer news shows, everything United on the channel, daily content. So make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Smash a like if you've already subscribed and you haven't. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a really good show. Thank you for all the mods for contributing. Thank you for everyone in the chat contributing. Some really good points today. Really good chat with you guys. Really good show. Thanks everybody. Make sure you drop a like on the way out. Big up everybody. See you next time. Bye.